Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is another Animal Crossing island tour. This is another one of my own islands that I finished. This one was finished back in September, so I did it throughout the summer. Yes, it's a winter island that I did in summer, but I figured it was a great time to bring this island to you guys now in the winter time for my own hemisphere. If you did hear me, I did just say this is a Club Penguin themed island. Yes, you heard me correctly. That Club Penguin, the iconic game from my childhood. If you played Club Penguin as a kid, please let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite mini game to play. If it was Pizzatron 3000, you may be correct. I also really loved Card Jitsu though. That was a time. I enjoyed that a lot. I will preface that this island is a mix of the original Club Penguin as well as the newer fan-made game UCP. There are a few changes. One change that was made that I mistakenly included was the nightclub is called Dance Club, and I just was not paying attention when making the custom designs. So the Dance Club is Dance Club in my version, but if I had realized, I probably would have done it nightclub because that's what it was when I was a kid. But anyways, let me show you around. So this is the island entrance actually right here that we're looking at. Breaking the fourth wall, this is the server area. This is where you choose your penguin color in your outfit. All the different colors are right there. I'm wearing one of them right here. See? As I'm right around. And then you can sit down at your computer and choose your server. Now, the only server that is an option is Blizzard because this island's name is called Blizzard. But what you do, you sit down, you sign into your account, choose your server, and you get going. Now, obviously that computer setup is a little bit more of an intense setup than I would have had as a kid, but it serves its purpose. Let's look at the map. Obviously for a Club Penguin themed island, we have penguins, obviously. How many times can I say that in this video? Let's find out. So for our penguins, we've got Gwen, Iggly, Wade, Hopper, Puck, Rolled, Aurora, Chabwick, Cube, and Sprinkle. And then that's just me. I live at the dojo, which we will see later on. As for some of these penguins, most of them are just like generic penguins that would be like the players in the server. So they live in like the igloo area. If you remember, you would have your own igloo and it would all be in one section that you would click on in like the map. So let's get into this tour though. I'm sure you're excited. I know I am. After you choose your character, choose your penguin color, you can enter into the server. This is also where you can look at all my custom designs and get your own penguin outfit, obviously. So get your own penguin outfit and enter into the server. So this is the coffee shop. This was one of the first builds I did for the island, and you can see I made the little, oh, I'm standing in the way. The vertical coffee shop sign, because that's what it would have been like in the game. That one was really tough to make, if I'm honest, because it was vertical. So it was just two simple panels, the short one and the tall one put together. Got a little seating area up front as you go in. We've got a nice seating area and the counter where you can order your food. Now you do have to remember that when you're in the game playing, you're not facing this direction, so everything would be flipped. This is where the bean game is. I even put a little flower pot and, ooh, I don't know. Oh yeah, you can't see it. See behind there. Put a fish on the ground because those are the things that would be thrown out of the truck at you in the game. There was no anvil, I'm sorry. But we've got some beans and we've got flower pots and fish. And then one of the newer games that I actually never really played, I'm not familiar with the game, but there is a smoothie game now. I'm not sure how it works, but I did do a little smoothie bar because I thought I would fill up the space nicely, and also it looks cute. Upstairs, since all these buildings in this main row of the town did have like an upstairs here, we did like the bookcases where you could see all of the old yearbooks for Club Penguin. I always loved coming up here and looking at the ones early on in the game, like when I first started playing, and be like, oh yeah, I remember that event, like that was so fun. And then these chess tables are supposed to be the Mancala tables. That game's iconic. And another little seating area. So this is just the upstairs kind of reading space. And so yeah, this is the coffee shop. And then next door, we've got this dance club. Pretend it says nightclub, just pretend. And you can head on in. And I am so proud of this one. I think it looks so good and just so iconic to the dance club. We can do our DJ game back there. You can do your dance competition here where you sign up a clipboard to do it. I even put, you know, KK slider here. DJ KK, why not? Like, he would love this place. And then upstairs we have Chadwick's house. Oh, it looks like he's home at this time. I did not decorate any of the villagers' interior, so don't even go in, don't bother. But upstairs we've got the arcade, because you know there's a few arcade games upstairs above the dance club. So that would be like the thin ice game, for example. That one was fun. I did enjoy doing that one every now and then. So I just put a few different like Animal Crossing arcade style things upstairs, since that would have been upstairs above the nightclub. Dance, dance, dance. I just think that was so iconic. Oh, it's so cute. And then next to that, we've obviously got the gift shop. Hello, where do you get all your outfits from? The gift shop, of course. So for the gift shop, I think this is, remember again, everything is like flipped. So technically the entrance door to the building is like this if you were looking at it. I took some creative liberties with that. So we have like there was mannequins with like hairstyles on there. We've got the little change rooms. In a different version of the gift shop, there was like a runway, and so I figured, you know what, why not? Let's add a runway. Just, it makes it a little more interesting, so you can get all of your different outfits here. I guess if you were a member. Anyways. Since I did upstairs for the other buildings, I believe there was some upstairs in like a secret agent mission or something at one point. But just for the upstairs, I figured it was a good spot to put Abel's sisters, and we just made it kind of like a storage room instead. It just felt more fitting to the area. And so that's the gift shop, which I think is super cute. I love it. I love it so much. We even have little decoratives outside. From here, these arrows, by the way, if you are touring the island, they are supposed to mimic each game screen of like, so there's one going left and right out of the town center here. So they don't really make sense if in terms of Animal Crossing, but they would have in the game. So don't get confused by them, just kind of go your own way, basically is what I'm saying. Next to the town, we have the snow forts. So this is the snow forts. We even have the clock over there. And I put little snowflakes on the ground to pretend they're like little snowballs, and you can stand in one or the other of the snow forts to play there. This one I was so proud of. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so much like the snow forts in like a game that is not Club Penguin, obviously. Down below, we've just got a few of the penguin houses. So these are supposed to just be the igloos. All of the igloo ones, they all look the same. I went in and did Happy Home Paradise and made their exteriors look the exact same. So they all look like that. There's 3 other ones on the other side of the island, which we will see later, but those are just 2 of them there. In terms of the game as well, as you leave the snow forts, you can either go up to the ice rink, which is up there, or you can go over to the plaza. So we're gonna go to the plaza. We've got the pet shop where you can buy all your puffles. I did make all the designs here on this island, so I made like kind of like an interior, but it's like on top of the building, so you can't actually go in there, but it's got like some items that would have been useful for the different puffles, because each puffle had like a different personality. And I know like the black puffle would have like a skateboard when they would play. I can't remember which puffle, but one of the puffles is like more artsy. And so I put like a little painting set up there. I put the little dog house, and there's a scooter as well up there, because I think I have the orange or the green one that uses the scooter. I could be very wrong on that. Oh, I did put a green scooter, so maybe it is the green puffle. Either way, I put some items that were fitting. I also put cat trees because I always imagined the puffles to be very cat-like in nature, but I know that they are very much a mix of like cat and dogs and how they act in the game. And then right next to the pet shop, we have Puffle Roundup, which is such a great way to make money. Once you figure it out, it's not that hard of a game, but once you figure it out, you can make freaking bank on this game. It is so worth it. This is definitely one of my top favorite games in Club Penguin because you can make so much money on there. So good. Anyways, I may have played New CP a few times while we were designing this island because obviously I needed inspiration. So we did play a little bit of Club Penguin. We did. And next to this, I put the campsite. If anyone is familiar with the growth of Club Penguin over time, they know that originally it was just the pet shop and the pizza parlor, and in between there wasn't anything there, but it has changed quite a few times what is in between those buildings. At one point, I think it must have been one of the first things that they put there was the stage. I thought that was really fun. I really liked that when I was a kid. I thought it was really cool to have like the different setups for different plays that came through. I thought it was a great way to host events. I think currently, I don't know if that was ever in the original version of the game or if it was just in New CP, but the middle is now like a hotel and stuff. So instead of doing one or the other, I just put the campsite because it looks like a construction site, and so I figured this was kind of like an in-between of like they're building something to put in between the two buildings. What are they building? Who knows? It also was the only way I could think of using the campsite, so I figured it worked. And then obviously the iconic pizza parlor is right next door. We got pizzas on the tables, obviously, and then if you look up top, you can see the games up there too. You can see the conveyor belt with the pizza on one end. I put little tomato purees on the other end to mimic like the tomato sauce and the hot sauce. We've got the little counter over there because there was a counter in the pizza parlor where you could pay. It wasn't, I don't think it was ever functional or anything. And then I put the little pizza oven there as well. I think that was really cute to be able to put that game in there because I know all of us loved playing the game. Absolutely iconic. And then another thing that was in the pizza parlor, it was just the piano as well. Honestly, when I was playing New CP, when researching this game for this island, there was a drama happening in this pizza parlor. There was one girl that was like, oh my gosh, you went on a date with her? You're supposed to be going on a date with me. And it just was so funny that this like cycle over time, like there's still kids out there just pretending they're going on dates with people and making up the most random drama, and it just like was so funny because that was always stuff that would happen when I was a kid, is there would be like dates at the pizza parlor. I just thought it was so funny. Anyways, now this wasn't necessarily in the game, but in the newer versions of the game there is a park attached to the pet shop. Now, instead of attaching it to the pet shop, I just put it across to fill up some space, but I did make like a little puffle park, and I just put some like cutesy little park items and obviously puffle designs, including the rainbow puffle. So I just made like a cute little puffle park there for that would have been attached to the pet shop, and then through the forest we can get down to the cove. And so we've got our little bonfire here. It's a very simple design down here. Oh, Earl's hanging out. Look at the cutie. Oh, I love him so much. So yeah, we've got the bonfire. We've got our surfboard for this catching waves, I believe it was called, game. The lifeguard chair, which everyone always wanted to sit in. And then I put like a little stall there as well because there was like a little hut on the beach. As well. I just put Nook's Cranny down here because I feel like the vibes of the building was really fitting for this area. There wasn't necessarily a store here, but to be honest, where was I supposed to put Nook's Cranny? So just north of the snow forts and east of the town, we've got the ice rink. I love this ice rink. I did make the design myself. I based it off of the in-game version. I put like a little thing there. I put some gyroids that we're watching. I know that at some points the ice rink added like a little coffee stand. So I don't have that necessarily. I did just put like a bench with a little coffee thing, or hot chocolate, not coffee. But I just figured like adding this cute little design here And Puck obviously lives here. I made his house matching to like the blue and the reds. We're gonna go this way though, which is probably the most iconic piece of Club Penguin, and that is the Iceberg. I did leave a vaulting pole for you to grab as you come onto the island so that you can get over there. It's actually easier, I think, to get on over this way. Yeah, there we go. So this is the Iceberg. Please ignore this disaster. I did go through and make sure none of this was here before the dream address, yet somehow they respawned and I messed up. So just absolutely ignore this. So you can meet up with all your friends and tip the Iceberg here. I put a little sign that says tip me so that you know as like a person walking through the island that this is like the Iceberg. And at one point on the Iceberg in the top half it does have like a little raised part, so I put little like hills there. I didn't have a good item for like the aqua grabber game, but just pretend that's there. And so this is like the island that you can see on the map. You can see where I'm standing over there on the right side of the island. That little island is the Iceberg. Okay, we're gonna go this way. So up this, you can get to the museum. So the museum, in different versions of Club Penguin, they have added like a school to the area that is with the mines. So I just put the museum here to act as that like school, and I put like a little decoration here for the square that was in front of the school. It's changed over time and was probably added during times when I wasn't actively playing the game. But this is the mines here, so this is where you can enter in. So you can get into where I'm about to show you from going this way. There is a ladder here, a little sneak peek, but we're gonna take it from the other direction. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the entrance to the underground from the entrance that would be in the nightclub. So in the nightclub, if you entered into one of the speakers, you could get into the boiler room. And so this here is the boiler room. You would come down a ladder and there'd be like a filing cabinet that you can look through and see different files over time as well. This is supposed to be the actual like boiler, and there was some like crates behind it. And as for the walls, this is just the color of the walls that were in that room. And so I put the castle walls up top to make it so you know you're underground. Don't worry, you're underground. And then as you go through there, the next room you would come to is the pool room. So I just made like a little hall, and then voila, you're in the pool. You're in the pool. And so this is the pool room. This entrance goes to, it would be into the plaza area. And it would pop you out down here, which is why obviously I didn't do them there. I put them at the back of the island in like an underground section. So this is the pool. You can go swimming, and there's a little chair as well. There was like a lifeguard chair, but I went for this style because that's closer to what the style of the chair was in the game. And then from there, if you walked further, you would get to the mines, and this is where you can enter into the minecart game. There is a puffle rescue game, if I'm remembering correctly, and then I know you could get the little hard hat to jackhammer, and I know currently in the game you can get like coins and stuff just by like using the jackhammer in the mines. So that's what this whole area is, but like I said, you can get up there. It is a little difficult, but there is 2 ladders that bring you up that way, and so you can enter into the mines that way too, for the island anyways. If you're familiar at all, there was an update at one point that added in like an underground waterfall. I don't know what the area was called, but it had like a waterfall, and like it was like a cove, like it was filled with water. And so I kind of mimicked that. What am I sitting on? Oh, on a moss stool. So over here, there was like a waterfall and glowy things, and you could do like a whole quest line to enter into this like thing. I feel like it had something to do with mermaids and pirates or something. I'm not really sure, but I put some like coins and items that you would see in that area when you would go that direction. So I added this though because I thought it was just a fun addition, plus I had some extra space on that side of the island. But yeah, this is the underground. Behind this is the town. You can see Abel's there. Behind there is where you can get to the dojo. Now the dojo originally wasn't something that was there, and then at one point it was like a hidden thing that you could find on the map, and it was so exciting. Like people didn't know it was there, and then you could get there, and now I think it's actually pictured on the map because everyone obviously knows it's there. But this is the dojo. This is my player home. Doesn't it look so good? I love it. In different versions of the game, they added like the water cards, the fire, and the snow, and so there's different types of card jitsu you can play. So each of the rooms in here is based off of those, which I will show you in just a second. This main room is the classic dojo room. We've got sensei over here, some mats with for you to get your black belt in card jitsu, obviously. But then each of the rooms on this level each lead you to a different style of card game. You know, I never really played with like this style of the game where you could be a different kind of... I don't even really know how it works, if I'm honest, because I stopped playing by the time they had added this in. But you could like choose your different card jitsu to like kind of master in, I think is kind of what it is. If you know what exactly it is, feel free to explain in the comments down below. But this is the water room. We went for just like an underwater style room. Obviously get your black belt here as well. And then this room here is like the ice snowflake room, and you can do your gameplay in here too. It's just like an ice themed room. And then the last one is of course fire. Let's go see it. And so this one is the fire room. So that hits all of the 3 elements that are a part of the card jitsu game, and that you can like participate as that style of play with the card jitsu game. So yeah, I wanted to include that too, also because it just kind of like adds a little bit more to the house, and I think fits the dojo really well. And then my favorite room of the house is downstairs. It's the box dimension. You can't actually walk into it, but this is the box dimension. I remember like thinking this was so cool when it was like released, and it just honestly is just so exciting. So this is the box dimension. I put like little floor tiles there in the middle because that's where you would like teleport in, and then you would be walking on top of the boxes, and then everything around you would just be like swirls. And so this room is just silly goofy, but this is literally like one of the things they added into the game. So I did put in the basement. So yes, this is a cursed basement, but it is very fitting to the game. As you leave the dojo, you can go this way, and this is where Cube's house is. So his house is modeled kind of after the whole secret agent stuff that you can do in Club Penguin. I put like a little snowflake in this bath thing, and his house interior isn't decorated, so I just like threw a few items outside that would fit the vibes of what the interior of like the actual secret agent place, not just like the phone booth room, but the one you like fit inside of it. So that's what this is. If you never played that part of the game, I'm so sorry, because that was so fun working on like the Herbert missions, you know, the polar bear. This is Rold's house there too. His is like the ski lodge, so behind it, in between the 2 houses, you can get to the fishing game, go on to your ice fishing. That was a fun game too, especially if you could get the really big mullet fish. That was really fun. So that's the fishing game. And then obviously we've got the ski lift going up the mountain there, but how you actually get up is through the game. So this would have been that toboggan game, or the tubing, the tubing, whatever game it is. That's what this is here, and you can go up, and this is what the game would have been like. You would jump over logs, you would use the ice to go faster, and then at the top, we didn't have tubes, so we just did 2 toboggans instead, just to like kind of fit the vibes. And also when you're at the top of the mountain, there is like a nice sign with like directions on it. So that's what this is. This is like the most interactive of the games I think I've added to the thing, because you can actually walk on it. You can see there's an island right below us. Got a weird shape to it because I made pirate ship. So that is Rock Hopper's, or Hopper in this case. That is Hopper's ship, and if you know, you know, when you're on the lighthouse, you can look out through a telescope and you can see, like, sometimes a pirate ship incoming, and then you know, like, something's gonna happen. And well, let me get over for this reason. There we go. I was like, I know I can do it. So this is the pirate ship. Just a little something to put like a little touch to that part of the game, because it was always so exciting when you could see off in the distance, oh my gosh, he's coming, there's gonna be a cool event coming, and then it would get closer and closer. Oh, it was just, Club Penguin knows how to do a game, okay? Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. So that's the pirate ship, which you can jump over to, and it's right next to the coffee shop. So we've completely looped around by this point. We're on the other side of the island. So when you are in the town, if you wanted to walk this way instead from the resident services, you could get over to where the lighthouse is. This is the telescope that you would look through to see, oh shoot, Rock Hopper is coming, you can see the pirate ship coming. And then this is the jetpack for the jetpack game. That was a fun game too. It was kind of hard at times though, but super fun game. And then inside of the lighthouse would be like, there's a little music stage set up, and that's where you could go buy your instruments. So I did like a little stage setup just on this beach here. And then this is supposed to be the lighthouse itself. There are a few decorations littered around the lighthouse, including these two chairs that are just outside. Like, they aren't completely random. There's also supposed to be like a starfish on the beach. Obviously I couldn't just place it so it's in an aquarium, but it's fine. This is just supposed to be representative of all the different things in the lighthouse, since you couldn't really like go inside of it. And then as well, we've just got 3 more villager homes here just at the bottom. Oh, everyone's inside right now. Oh my goodness. It's too bad I didn't do the interiors, but they're just basic igloo homes. So this is what you would have had as your own home. I just have one on both sides of the island to fit the villagers in. And yeah, that's the island. This is a Club Penguin themed island. I really hope you enjoyed this tour. I really enjoyed making this island. It was so fun to do it on stream. And I finished it last September, and it just was like a silly, goofy thing. And sometimes I think we need to take Animal Crossing and just be a little more silly with it and less serious. Don't get me wrong, I love my cores, you know, I'm currently working on a farm core island, so I love my cores, you know me, love a theme, but doing like a silly, goofy theme it was really fun for me. But I really hope you enjoyed this video and the tour. Let me know what you think. I hope you have a great rest of your day. If you have not already, hit that like button and the subscribe, especially if you made it this far in the video. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!